we are.
Hello. I heard
It's
you were
like
first.
magic. Welcome to all of you. Oh my gosh, this is just a dream come true for me to collaborate with the Erika Warfield, who's sitting right next to me here. Look at that. She's on this side now. So I was like, Erika, you're always in the host seat. Why don't we flip the tables today and put you in the guest seat? So thank you so much, Erika, for being willing to collaborate with me online. And we've just got some amazing information to share with all of you. We're going to start things off with cash, clients, and conversions all on LinkedIn. How do we do it? And I'm just so thrilled that you're here, Erika, because you are the original LinkedIn lovely. What do they say? They say there's many imitations, but only one original, and you're the original LinkedIn lovely with, sales,
Oh,
business, growth strategies.
that is so unbelievably sweet. Thank you so much. We are tap dancing just a little bit right now as we wait for everybody to kind of pile in. If you're here, drop us a hello in the comments, give us some fire emojis, because we just want to make sure that we've given everybody enough time, because the link did change, because you got to love restream, you got to love live. Some of these little things happen at the very last minute. So wanted to give people a little bit of time, and then we are going to rip right into this. Well, Miss Olivia,
Well, wait a minute. Look at Celeste. Celeste already in the house. Look at
is Celeste in the house?
Celeste. Jordan Mendoza. So they're here. They found us.
Hey!
Woohoo! So we got the whole gang.
Awesome. Well, we got 13 minutes, so we're going to kick this thing off. Yes, go Hawks. Go Hawks. Hello, David Alto. So where do you want to start, Olivia?
Well, keep the chat coming because this will be really cool. I would love to see this chat on the side screen here blow up. So, like Erika said, please drop in those fire bombs, fire away. There it is. Woohoo! David Alto. All right. So, I want to start things off because I just love like following the trail, right? We're doing so much online networking. We're all in these Zoom meetings, and I just really love to like sometimes reflect and think about how I first met someone. And so, I want to share a story how I met Erika. We were connected through Ira Bowman, and he was doing a thing for a while on Tuesday afternoons called Remo, and it was like this whole new like online networking platform, kind of like Zoom, but with like different cool things. And Eric and you and I got to like bond at one of those little Remo tables, and then from there, and I just loved your energy so much. And then from there, like you did this amazing thing called Skill Set Saturday, and I'd never, ever, ever participated in something like that on LinkedIn. It was like, what? There's a party? There's activity on a Saturday for LinkedIn? Isn't LinkedIn supposed to be like Monday through Friday? Like people take a break on weekends, right? So here it is, like Saturday, and my LinkedIn activity was blowing up. Everybody's endorsing me for these skills. And I was like, wow. And like since then, like I don't know how many of those skills at Saturdays you've attended or hosted, but it just made such a difference in my LinkedIn growth and connecting me with some other influencers. So I have to say thank you so much for that, because since then I've just been following you faithfully, like a loyal puppy, and just getting involved with everything you do. Like Strategy Saturday, we had David Alto on a Strategy Saturday guest. So, and he's here right now. So this is just amazing that all of us is interconnected.
It totally is. And, I actually got that idea for Skill Set Saturday from Ira, because I was trying to work on my endorsements, because we're going to get into a lot of things about cash clients and conversions. So the first part of this week, we're going to deal with inbound. And a lot of people don't realize there's such a thing as outbound. They just assume that outbound is kind of the malarkey that is going on in the DMs with all the canned messaging. And there's so much more. That is just like a very poor representation of what outbound is. But we need to clarify, because there's a lot of people that will see this on the replay. Thank you for joining us live. Thank you for joining us on the replay. And they think they know the difference between inbound and outbound. And we're going to get into that for tomorrow. So Olivia's going to be firing off. What about this? What about this? What about this? And we're going to be talking about the difference between inbound and outbound. But for today, one inbound strategy came from that skill set Saturday. So the reason we're going to share this is there were many secrets that I've kind of had to learn from merging sales and digital marketing and copywriting when I was a top ranking sales performer within the B2B corporate sales space. Some of it I had to figure out for myself, especially that outbound piece. The inbound piece, I had a lot of great people speaking into my life. So we're going to cover just that one strategy tip today. Join us every day this week because we're going to be doing this every day, 15 minutes at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So here are some of the techniques. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you're in sales. If you're sitting there thinking, well, Erika's in sales, why would I ever do this? Olivia's kind of in sales, why would I ever do this? You need this if you're a job seeker. It is absolutely huge. So Skill Set Saturday was when I sat down, and the first time I did it, it took 11 hours. I was literally parked for 11 hours doing this, where everybody came in and we were endorsing each other. It was a great big endorsement party. And a lot of people you will hear say, well, that's just kind of like the likes, hearts, and, toots on, comments. It's just a vanity metric. Nobody really pays attention to that. And yes and no. And here's why. You have to think of the endorsements as key words, because as we know, your LinkedIn profile is very much like a website. There are people on this platform who basically don't even have a website and they're making six figures from their LinkedIn profile, right? Because on a Google search, it ranks within the top 5. Can I get an amen in the comments? If this is resonating with you, type a smash it. Heck yeah, amen. Writer downer. If I've got people doing the writer downers, normally Olivia's doing my writer downer. And well, Olivia's here with me right now. So Olivia, if you're in the comments, do the writer downer.
Well, I got this instead. Erica's big sis tip. There you go. Think
There
of
it
those keywords.
It is. It's a big sis tip. So here's the deal. David Alto is so right. Your most important part of your LinkedIn profile is going to be your headline, right? And a lot of people will say, okay, that headline is going to be my title and my company. No, you get like 120 freaking characters. Keyword that bad boy up. Keywords are to LinkedIn the way SEO is to a website, period, end of story. The more keywords you have in there, the more when somebody does a search for somebody like you, you're going to pop up in the LinkedIn search, right? Can I get an amen? Is this resonating with everybody? So yeah, drop some fire emojis in the comments. So that headline, David Alto's got a great one. Olivia's got a good one. It's not your title. It is not your company. This is a place for you to say basically your mission statement. Who you help is your avatar. What do you help them with? And what does that get them? That's it. Now, where the endorsements come in, can you tell I'm excited, Olivia? I'm so excited. I'm trying to knock this out and I got 7 more minutes. So where the endorsements come in is on your skill sets. Those aren't really skill sets. Those are key words. Did you know that? If you knew that, type yes in the comments. Those are key words. Those are like your SEO. Now, every time you get an endorsement, it's like a little SEO bell goes off on the back end of LinkedIn. And the more of those you have, it's like ding, 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 ding. And if ever anybody wanted to do a search for business, consultancy, recruiting, David Alto is going to pop up. And the more of those endorsements he has, he starts rising like cream to the top of that search function. So huge, huge, big sister tip. Keywords are your SEO. Now, that means you got to go in and clean up some of your keywords, because some of you are like CEOs and you're putting down as keywords, I don't know, Microsoft Office Suite. Ain't nobody going to look for you under Microsoft Office Suite. They're just not going to do it. Now, if you're admin, that makes sense. But if you're admin looking to scale up, now it doesn't make sense. So you want to treat the skill sets as if they're your keywords.
I was going to say, how often do we need to update those, Erika? And as far as endorsements, how do we endorse someone? We're just getting to know them.
Well, I would say this. Once you have them fairly solidified, yes, these are my 50 skill sets that I want to be known by. I want to be found under these in a search. You can pretty much lock them in. Because there is nothing more painful than getting 400 or 500 endorsements. And then you got to delete the skill set and kind of start over. So you really want to nail down if somebody were to do a search for you, what are the 50 that you would want to be found under? That's what I would say. And then once you have them locked in, did you know you could download your profile as a PDF? And I would do that. Save early, save often. Hit those 3 dots underneath your headline and download it as a PDF, because, you know, a couple of us here have had scares. Somebody with the initials of DA, where LinkedIn kind of gets confused and starts, you know, putting people in places they shouldn't. And you always want to have that copy, especially if you just went through the trouble of redoing your keywords as SEO. But if you have a question, please drop it in the comments, because we got 4 more minutes left. And as in terms of like, what do you endorse people for? Do you feel, I don't know that person, why would I endorse them? Look through their profile. If they are manifesting evidence of a particular keyword, man, I'm really talking with my hands today. If they're manifesting evidence of a keyword, endorse that. You don't have to endorse every last one if you don't feel comfortable with it. But that's what Skill Set Saturday was. It was so everybody could endorse. Eventually, I got to a place where I had all 100 on each one of my 50 that I said, hey, man, you don't have to endorse me. Go endorse everybody else. I'm just here. I'm endorsing people. So everybody knew they could come in, and it wasn't about my endorsements. It was about making sure everybody else was being built up. So yes, Celeste, it's new stuff.
Yes, it is. Do you ever makeup skills? So like a new, because, you know, sometimes like LinkedIn will have the drop down category of the skills or suggested skills. Do you ever like make up something new?
I have never had to make up anything new because they're pretty thorough in the skill sets that you can pick from. But that's a really good, like, little sister tip. I love that. I love that.
On a whim one day, I put in like general awesomeness. So I have it in my skills.
Well, you know what? That makes sense. I saw somebody put LinkedIn jail as a skill set, and I thought, I don't know if I want to be found as under that as a keyword.
That seems kind of snarky, LinkedIn jail.
I know, right? Right. So we got 2 minutes. We promised you guys 15. So Olivia and I are going to start dropping links in. What way? I love endorsing skills. Recommendations I say for those that have actually helped me.
That's a great morning. Wow.
That's a good big brother tip for sure. For sure. Boom. David Alto. What is he saying? Erica and Olivia dropping the knowledge. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, David. Hi, Denise. I'm seeing a bunch of people pile into the comments. You guys, here's a big sister tip. Restream's way better than StreamYard, man. I'm seeing these comments like real time. StreamYard, I got to wait. There's a lag. Then there's people I don't see. Like, I see their comment, but I don't see their name.
Where's the king of LinkedIn jail?
Right. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Correct me if I'm wrong. We're going to do a chat freeze real quick. We're going to drop the links because we promised you we were going to end this in 15 minutes. If you need to bounce after we drop the links, we totally get it. No hurt feelings. But if you have more questions, we will absolutely stay for however long if you'd like to answer those questions. Okay. So Olivia is going to be dropping this in. Some of you know, we just spent a glorious few videos together in my 3-part mini course that the video series we were promoting last week. It's 45 minutes, free content. If you didn't get that 3-part mini course, Olivia's going to drop it in the comments. Click on that link. You don't have to download. It'll be sent right to you. We covered the 7 benefits of virtual sales mastery. We covered the 5 biggest mistakes that influencers sometimes make and how to avoid them. I covered the 3 myths and the 3 truths about mastering virtual sales, whether you're in sales or not. And now we are going to dive deep. That mini course basically laid the foundation for the exact strategy I use to get in front of 50 solid decision makers per month. 50 people. So that's kind of huge because everybody's like, oh, there's 840 million users of LinkedIn. Well, only half of them are active. And if you think about that half, only about 70 million make decisions and 90 million influence those decision makers. So if you can grasp some of what I'm telling you here in these next 7 days, And then in that video series, you're going to be on your way to being in the top 1% of strategists using this platform. Next link Olivia is going to drop is if you want to scale anything having to do with your business, maybe you're a job seeker, you want to scale your career, maybe you're upcycling your career, maybe you just want more revenue or sales, or you just want your sales team to get it together in the B2B space. Check this out. It is the exact strategy, not the foundation to. It is the exact strategy I use to get in front of those decision makers. It's the Cash Clients and Conversions 12-week group masterclass. She's going to drop that in there. Click that open. Make sure you save it on a tab. You may want to noodle around on it a little bit, and that's okay too. But I do want to make sure you get the free stuff. Okay, links are dropped. We're at 16 minutes in because we did that 2-minute tap dance, Olivia. Anybody have questions for us? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this shindig up. What you seeing, Olivia?
You know, I have to be Peter and and Olivia and Erica all at once.
Do you need me to drop the links? I'm happy to drop the links. You go ahead and take over and I will drop the links.
No, I love it. So, I mean, so many people are commenting already. So it's awesome. I love that we've got our own little fan club here. So yay. So there's the link.
Do we have any questions? Does anybody want us to go longer than the 15 minutes? And are you ready for tomorrow when we get more specific into what is an inbound strategy? What is an outbound strategy? How can we get them to play nice?
Yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow because tomorrow we're going to be talking about why we're so stuck on inbound. I know before I met you, that's where I was, like in inbound land.
A lot of people are. A lot of people, because there's so much you can do in terms of, you know, content creation, but we want to get people out of just being a content creator into, because that's your buckshot, right? That's your buckshot. We want, for lack of a better analogy, we really want you getting better with at least a slingshot before you become a sniper. And that's the outbound approach.
You know, I'm so excited to be collaborating with you. Like, I think your download has been amazing. I mean, what an amazing gift that you took the sincere effort to put that together for us, right? Just to give us a nudge to think in a different direction, to maximize our LinkedIn and make it really work for us this time around. Because there is a lot of this constant engagement, posting activity, right? That there's just this constant hammer wheel, I feel, that we got to keep up with everybody. But if only we could take the time to be really strategic and intentional.
Really strategic, really personal, using something that very few people do on this platform. And it is the reason for why I was able to earn 6 figures during COVID, was I switched over to doing this and excelled in this particular outbound strategy that I want to teach everyone, because you don't need to be in B2B sales. I mean, this is perfect for people who are entrepreneurs. It's perfect for job seekers. And it's not that stupid canned messaging or the little audio that people use, you know, in the DMs. And so, you know, it's really the marriage of how do you get your inbound, how do you get your outbound to play nicely in the sandbox and support each other.
Exactly. So thank you everyone so much for just tuning in and watching Erica at work, you know, and I'm putting her in the spotlight this week. I'm so excited. Put in the hot seat for a chance. And again, I'm just going to remind you of her big sis tip today. Think of endorsements as keywords. So more tomorrow. Stay tuned for tomorrow. And Erica, just wanted to say, I'm wearing the shirt just for you. Women who can change the world.
Oh, I think that's so sweet.
I wear on my live stream. So that was for you.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, if you're going to visit us tomorrow, type a yes in the comments, and we wish everybody a very good night. Take care.
Have a good night, everyone.